American Beauty and you. Why escaping into lust and envy leaves you empty. You've probably heard of the movie American Beauty. 1999, suburbs, white picket fences, roses. On the surface, it's about a middle-aged guy, Lester Burnham, who feels invisible, a ghost in his own house. His wife thrives in her career. His daughter hates him. He feels emasculated, irrelevant, and dead inside. So he snaps, quits his job, buys a flashy car, starts lifting weights, smokes weed, fantasizes about his daughter's teenage friend. It's wild, it's dark, and it's tragic. But here's the real punchline. American Beauty isn't about lusting after youth. It's about what happens when you've lost touch with yourself and how chasing envy and desire only deepens your emptiness. The lesson: real strength isn't about escape. It's about reinventing yourself authentically. And that's where this conversation is going. Let's begin. Chapter 1, The Sedated Life, when you're alive but already dead. You know that feeling when your alarm goes off and you don't even feel like a person anymore. You're just a machine on autopilot. You go through the motions. Work, scroll, eat, sleep, repeat. That's Lester at the start of American Beauty. He literally narrates, "In less than a year, I'll be dead." Of course, I don't know that yet. In a way, I'm already dead. That's not just a middle-aged crisis. That's a human crisis. How many of us, at 22, 28, 35, already feel that way? Sedated, numb, dead while alive. Why? Because you've been sold a script. Work hard, get the job, buy the house, earn approval, and maybe you'll be happy. But what if you get there and you're not? What if you grind your way into a life that looks successful but feels hollow? That's the sedated life. And maybe, right now, that's you. Chapter 2, Masculinity and Marriage. Why you feel emasculated. Here's the thing. Lester doesn't just feel bored, he feels weak. His wife is ambitious, sharp, focused. His daughter sees him as pathetic, and he feels emasculated. Not because Carolyn, his wife, is successful, but because he let himself shrink. That's a trap a lot of men fall into today. When your partner thrives, do you celebrate her, or do you quietly resent her? Research shows men often interpret a woman's success as their own failure. And maybe you felt that sting. When she gets the promotion, when she seems more confident, when she no longer needs you in the same way. If you measure your worth by being stronger, richer, more dominant, then of course you'll feel emasculated. But here's the truth. The problem isn't her power, it's your insecurity. Lester embodies that insecurity. He lets his wife's success highlight his stagnation. Instead of stepping up, he sulks. Instead of talking, he resents. This is where marriages and modern relationships decay. Not from lack of attraction, but from lack of respect, from contempt, from silence. So ask yourself, in your relationships, are you building respect, or are you eroding it with comparison? Chapter 3, The False Cure, Lust, Envy, and the Escape into Fantasy. So what does Lester do with all that insecurity? He escapes. He fixates on Angela, his daughter's 16-year-old friend. She becomes his obsession, his fantasy of youth. And you probably don't fantasize about a teenager, but maybe you do something similar. Maybe you chase women online like trophies, or spend time on pornography. Maybe you pour envy into Instagram, watching people younger than you make it faster. Maybe you imagine that if you just had her, that girl, that model, that ex, you'd feel alive again. That's the false cure. Envy, lust, escapism. Lester buys the sports car, smokes weed, lifts weights in the garage, all in pursuit of a teenage fantasy. But here's the twist. When he finally gets close to Angela, she crumbles. She admits she's not the confident seductress he imagined. She's insecure, afraid, just a kid. And in that moment, Lester wakes up. He realizes the fantasy was a lie. How many of your fantasies are lies? The dream of success that will finally make you confident. The girl that will finally make you feel like a man. The lifestyle that will finally silence your self-hate. They're all mirages. And the more you chase them, the emptier you become. Chapter 4. The Real Cure, Authentic Self-Reinvention. So if envy and lust are false cures, what's the real one? It's reinvention. But not the flashy Instagram kind. Not quit your job, move to Bali, start dropshipping. I mean, authentic self-reinvention. That means asking, who are you when no one's watching? What actually makes you feel alive? For Lester, the answer wasn't the car, or the weed, or Angela. It was rediscovering his role as a father, his capacity for kindness, his own sense of wonder. For you, maybe it's simpler than you think. Picking up the guitar you abandoned, leaving the job that's suffocating you, actually talking to your wife or girlfriend instead of scrolling next to her in silence. Reinvention isn't about becoming someone new. It's about stripping away who you're not. It's about refusing to stay sedated. Chapter 5. Materialism and the couch that killed intimacy. One of the funniest and saddest scenes in American Beauty is about a couch. Lester and Carolyn almost reconnect. They laugh, they kiss. There's a spark. But Carolyn panics because Lester might spill beer on her expensive new couch. Think about that. A piece of furniture mattered more to her than intimacy with her husband. It sounds absurd. Until you realize we all do it. We sacrifice connection for things. We sacrifice love for image. Your version of the couch might be different. The hours you pour into work so you can afford that car. The fake life you curate on Instagram while ignoring the real people in your life. The phone you check during dinner instead of looking her in the eyes. The couch is the symbol of modern materialism. We worship things and neglect people, and it kills intimacy. So ask yourself, what's your couch? Chapter 6. Looking Closer. The Beauty You're Missing. There's a famous scene in the movie where Ricky shows Jane a video he filmed of a plastic bag blowing in the wind. He says it's the most beautiful thing he's ever seen. It's absurd. It's just trash. But in that moment, you get it. Because beauty isn't in the object. It's in the attention. It's in the ability to look closer. That's Lester's final revelation too. As he dies, he remembers simple moments, family dinners, the smell of his grandmother's cooking, laughing with his daughter, and he smiles. He realizes he had it all along. He was just too sedated, too distracted, too envious to notice. So, in your life, what are you missing? That friend who actually cares about you. That woman who sits beside you, wishing you'd just look at her instead of your screen. That morning sunlight through your window that you rush past every day. The beauty is there, but you have to look closer. Chapter 7. Your life, the call to wake up. So here's where it lands on you. Are you sedated? Do you feel emasculated? Are you chasing fantasies instead of building something real? You can keep running. Into lust, into envy, into distraction, into the false cures, or you can stop. You can look closer. You can reinvent yourself, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, because here's the brutal truth. Like Lester, you don't know how much time you have left. Maybe 50 years, maybe 5 months, maybe tomorrow. And when your last day comes, you don't want to realize you spent your life asleep. You want to die like Lester did, smiling, grateful, awake. So here's my challenge. Don't wait for a crisis. Don't wait for a fantasy. Don't wait until it's too late. Wake up now. Reinvent yourself with honesty. Cherish the people in front of you. Respect yourself enough to live fully. There is so much beauty in the world, but only if you dare to see it. My final words. That's the real lesson of American beauty. Not lust, not envy, not escape, but awakening, reinvention, gratitude. And the choice is yours. Every single day.